Almost done here. We got the non-Michael Scott seasons, and then we're done. Hello everybody, welcome back to Just Jake Reviews. I review albums, movies, and sports games, and today we are back with another video in the Office Summary Series. Are you guys getting tired of this series? Because I kind of am. But you know what? I made a promise on the channel to finish a series whenever I start one. But hey, you know, Season 8 of The Office, so Michael Scott left in Season 7, so now we have the 2 more seasons that have no Michael, and then we're done with this. Now, my thing with Season 8 is I actually enjoy Season 8. I do. I actually kind of like Season 8. I think Season 8 is kind of overhated. There are a lot of good stuff that happens in Season 8. There are some stuff that happens that isn't that good. So yeah, Season 8 is just kind of one of those seasons where, you know, a lot of good stuff, a lot of stuff, and it just makes for... So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. 3, 2, 1, go. So, kicking it off, Season 8, Episode 1, we got planking. Planking is a very funny part of the show. I do like how, you know, at the time of the show, this was a very popular trend. And in my opinion, well, it's my favorites, obviously, right? My favorite physical comedy gag in probably all of television, but obviously in The Office, is when Kevin is planking on Dwight's desk, and Daryl, Dwight, and Jim are trying to pick him up, and Stanley does the and shove up your butt thing, and he drops him, and Kevin just goes, whoa, and he hits the ground. I die every time. That will never not be funny. Yeah, and shut up your butt. A classic Stanley. Pam and Angela are both pregnant with a boy, and they're both named Philip. So that's something. Philip. It's all about Philip. I hate Philip. That's Kevin's reaction. So I am happy that they're sort of doing that, you know, because Pam and Angela never had the best relationship in the show prior to this. So the fact that they're both pregnant. And I think I've mentioned this before, like 2 seasons ago. Angela is definitely, like, different. Angela, her character is more like her actress, Angela Kinsey, or Angela Kinsey, whatever. Angela Martin is more like Angela Kinsey in the show in the later seasons. I feel like the writers were just like, yeah, you can kind of not have a resting bitch face. You can just kind of be yourself now. They made Andy manager. They made Andy manager. Because of course they did. I don't know anymore. It's bad. This is where Andy's character really just starts to... I mean, you'll see in Season 9, but he just completely... It's bad. Alright, Robert California, let's talk about him, because I think we mentioned him maybe once in Season 7. Robert California is CEO. He literally... went up to Joe Bennett. Remember Joe Bennett? Joe Bennett was CEO. Literally was offered the manager position. He said no. And then he talked Joe Bennett out of her own job. And he became the new CEO. Which, you know, in quotes of Jim, I don't know how you do that. And yeah, I get it. Robert California, he's supposed to be like this creepy, like, kind of insufferable guy. I think he's kind of a funny dude. I'm not going to lie. Just like how I said with Charles Minor when I was watching the show this past time before doing these videos, I found a lot of characters that I didn't love originally that I kind of like now. And Robert California is sort of one of them. He has his moments where it's like, but not bad. I like the incentive episode where Andy gets a tattoo of the Nard dog because he made the office work, and if they can get sales in the same amount of time or if they can get sales during like a whole day, then they'll give a tattoo to Andy. It's probably the only scene in the entire show where you see every single person working. It's actually kind of satisfying to look at because you're like, wow, they're actually doing work. You don't see that very often. A very, very cool and good little mini subplot that I really enjoyed was the warehouse workers won the lottery. So they all quit their jobs. But they need warehouse workers. So they got a few new people. And they also, Dwight, Jim, Kevin, and Aaron all helped out with warehouse stuff and moving boxes. And That was probably actually the best part of the episode. I actually forget what the main plot of the episode was, but very good episode. One that's not really memorable for me is Andy's garden party, you know, where his parents are complete assholes to him. Why? That's like why are you guys dicks? Like, if you're not the biggest fan of Andy and Aaron, I can kind of get why now, because their chemistry in season 8 or like the first half of season 8 is a little awkward. I'm like, huh. Yeah, I don't know about that, but anything's better than Aaron and Gabe. So, we can all say that. Let's talk about Kathy, the start of the Kathy arc of the whole show. Kathy is the girl they brought in to be, I think she was part of sales. Sorry, excuse me. They brought her in. I actually forget the reason why. I believe it was a Robert California thing. And she is attractive. She is. Kathy's hot. That's kind of when they did it, because people were like, okay, Kathy's hot. They think that Jim has a crush on her, even though they don't. The whole Jim and Kathy thing, honestly, bro, don't tell Office fans, but I actually kind of like Jim and Kathy. I wouldn't have minded them. Obviously, Jim and Pam are probably better for each other, but Jim and Kathy, I wouldn't have hated it. I'm just saying. All right, now back to reality. That was my hot take cam. Now we have the normal cam. But yeah, I wouldn't have minded Jim and Kathy. I wouldn't have. She's probably top 2 in terms of attractiveness on the show. Obviously, Jordan's number 1 that we saw in season 7 before Michael left D'Angelo. But yeah, it goes Jordan and then Kathy. Why is Ryan still here? Why is Ryan on the show still? I have not given a shit about Ryan since season 2. I hate Ryan. After watching this show, Ryan could be my least favorite character on the whole show. Everything he says is annoying. Why are you talking? He's so fucking annoying. He's like Toby. It's like, what a party pooper. God, it's like, you're not cool. You know that dumb face he had where he was wearing that like white vest and the glasses? No, sucks. Andy gets a new girlfriend. Her name's Jessica. She's only in the show for like a few episodes. But this is when Andy and Aaron weren't together. But yeah, Jessica, I thought it was all right. I thought it was like, okay, you know, one more hoorah, one more success story for Andy before Andy gets all, you know, psychotic. So the whole thing with Jessica is this is around Christmas time. So you know what that means. We have an Office Christmas episode, which we all love those. And during this time, Jim and Dwight are getting bonuses, and the goal is that they cannot prank each other, because if they do, the other person will get the bonus, so they'll get 2 bonuses. Not sure if Andy can do that, but you know Andy's a terrible shit boss, so we all know that. It's, you know, when you hear that, you're like, okay, well, they're definitely going to keep pranking each other because they want to, and they keep trying to prank each other, but it, you know, one person just can't pull the prank correctly because one person's like, I want your bonus, I want your bonus. Yeah. So let's go back to the warehouse workers. So we have Val, one of the warehouse workers they hired. Val, pretty nice woman. We got a thing with Daryl going on, maybe Daryl and Val. You know, we don't know. I mean, fast forward to the episode where they have to bring their kids in and they get a kid photo shoot, and Daryl brought his daughter, but he has no woman to be in the picture, so he has Val. That's pretty cool. Gabe liking Val. I see you, Gabe. I see you. You got some chocolate. I see you. Obviously, we all enjoy the trivia contest. That was absolutely amazing. How a fluke is the most common fish in the sea. Great quote by Kevin, because that was a fluke performance. Robert California's pool party, which is going to be my pick for the best episode of season 8, the pool party. Amazing. You get, you know, once again, we're going back to the awkward chemistry between Andy and Aaron. You know, they're like, Aaron wants to make Andy jealous, so Aaron has Dwight pretend to be, you know, hitting on each other so Andy can get jealous. He doesn't care, though, because he's with Jessica. We have another small arc in the show where everyone hates Jim. Jim went to jury duty, so people have had to make up a lot of his work. So people are not happy because they've had to stay past the day. So that's just another little, you know, oh, we don't like Jim for like a week. Angela has her baby with the senator, but guess what? The baby could be Dwight's. I think it is Dwight's. It actually is Dwight's. You find out, it's a little spoiler alert, you find out, I think, season 9, the baby is Dwight's. Then we got the Florida episodes. We got the Tallahassee group. The Tallahassee group is going to be Dwight, Jim, Aaron, Stanley, and a few others. I'm drawing a blank. But Stanley, he ain't doing any work. He's just there to vacation. You get to see more funny Aaron moments. Dwight gets appendicitis, which is, as someone who never gets sick, I'm shocked to see that. The whole thing with Saber, how Dwight's trying to be the VIP of Saber. Todd Packer is still a character in the show. I don't know why. He's fucking insufferable. Todd Packer and Nelly are trying to do a little the Saber pyramid where Aaron pretends to be someone in line. Aaron helps out an old lady. Aaron does not want to leave Florida because she's like, listen, I'm caretaking this old lady. I'm having a good time. Andy wants Aaron back, and I kind of respect him for that. Right now, Andy's playing with my fucking head. He's not like, oh, I hate Andy. We'll get to that later in season 9. Right now, he's like, he's playing with my, he's playing with my heart. That's not a real song. Bro, Nelly's crazy. Nelly is low-key crazy. She's also a character that I hated first watch of the show, and now I'm like, she's not bad. Andy and Jessica break up. Andy and Aaron, they're like, let's get back together. Love that. Andy goes to Jessica's cabin, breaks up in front of Jessica, in front of her entire family, which is wow. But yeah, Andy and Aaron are back on. Yeah. So Andy crashes out because he's like, I should be manager, not Nelly, which I think Andy should have been manager for a little while until we'll get into something he did in season 9. So just wait for that one. The downfall of Andy is crazy. I'm shocked. I mean, I've never seen one, but there should be a video on YouTube called like the downfall of Andy. Someone should make that. David Wallace is back because Andy wants his job back, and David Wallace is going to give him his job back in the future, season 9. And then the season ends with good old Dwight and Angela. They're going to be back. Angela's like, is that baby really Dwight's? Yes, it is. And that's going to be all for today's video. My worst episode of season 8 is going to be Gettysburg. Could be a hot take. Gettysburg, for an episode that takes place majority outside of The Office, I thought I would enjoy it more. Not really my favorite. Not really for me. But hey. So yeah, best pool party, worst Gettysburg, and that's all for season 8. Once again, season 8's pretty good. I kind of like season 8. Yeah, there are some moments in season 8, but it is way better than season 9. And if you say it's not, you're wrong. Just kidding, it's an opinion, but it's a heavy opinion that I have. Thank you all for watching this video. Like, subscribe, comment, do all that fun stuff. There will be tons of new and exciting content in the next, for the next 2 weeks. So just stay tuned for that. And then wait for July. Just wait. Wait till July. July and leading into August, it's peak. I'm not going to spoil what it is, obviously. You're going to find out until it happens, but it's a series. Kind of like this one. This is a series. I am doing a series starting July, or whenever I finish it. I'm still in the process of making it. More than halfway through, though. Almost done. It is a huge series. It is a big series. It is the biggest series I've done on the channel. I mean, it's not going to have more. It's not going to have more episodes than the NFL. It's not like the NFL reviews and highlights. Those are obviously, like the recaps, those are obviously, that's a big series, but it's a pretty big series. I'm looking forward to doing it. Once again, I have to make it still. I'm almost done making it, kind of. Still got a little while to go. But I've spent a long time. I will get into it when I do the first episode of it. So so that will wait till July. It'll be awesome. But yeah, that's all for the video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.